What's good? Back with another learning Zato video. Today we're gonna be talking about combos and pressure after combos. So we're not really gonna talk about like setups and go into specific setups, but I'm just gonna show like the bread and butter combos Zato does. You know, punish combos in special situations and stuff like that. So like you have a basic idea of what combos to look for and what combos to do in special situations. And let's just get right into it. So last time, I think I ended the video with like giving you a basic bread and butter combo, which was like something like that, right? Which is you know, it's a decent combo. If you don't have any meter, it works pretty well. Like it's pretty good. And with meter, I mean, if you don't have any Eddie meter, that's pretty good. Like, why not take the damage, knock them full screen? Probably have Eddie back now. Time to just use Eddie. Another like basic combo a lot of people do is just like this, which is like also like just very basic. Yeah, it's just like this is like it's like two of the main like no 80 meter combos. You do this if you want to like use a super. Let's say you have one bar and you want 80 meter because you don't have 80 meter. So like if it's red in the bottom, you'll want to use the sword because the sword gives you back 80. You cannot end this combo in invite hell. You have to on the knock up do like that. Or if you just straight up think you can kill him, you can do the Amorphous, which is like this. Because if you try and doing it with invite hell, nothing comes out. So you have to. Ooh. So you have to do it. Oh my days! So you have to do that. I don't know why that was so hard, but I think it's because I have my watch on. There you go. So like that's like your basic, two basic like what you can say damage combos. They are safe on block. But you have to be careful because if you do like something like I don't know, like a basic block string would be like you do this and they're blocking, so you do like something like that. You can do it. There's no way for the Kai or any character to punish you, but you are actually pretty damn minus after this. So if they like a lot of good soul players and Giovanna players will dash up into your face, and if you try to like interrupt the dash and stuff like that, you can get counter hit out of it. Like it all depends on rages and stuff, and like where you are on the screen compared to them. But that is pretty minus. So you're putting yourself in a position where you can get under pressure if you're playing against someone that knows what they're doing. But in most cases, they don't know what they're doing, and they will just like it's a pretty safe one. And if they don't block this very basic, it's just like a nice and easy combo. So that's like oh, and one more for no meter. So Zato, like one of Sato's best no meter combos, and you use it a lot even if you have meter at times, depending on it, is this. And the reason you do this is because you can get an invite hell. It's a hard. The sweep is on a hard knockdown, so you can get a lot of stuff from it. And one of the better things is an invite hell because you can make the invite hell meaty. So like, if you ever see like Zato players do this, it's because they're timing the invite hell. You don't need to do this, but it's nice to like. You can use it to bait burst. You get the timing for the invite hell built in. I usually just do this like that. It makes the same. And the reason you do it is because yeah, is if you do this, this is very plus. I think I actually delayed more. So like if they try to press buttons after that jump or something, they're gonna get counter hit. And the way it works, if you are interested in that, is because the more to the outside, you see the invite hell. Like you see this big circle on the ground. The closer they are to the edge, this later the hitbox become active. And like, because the hitbox becomes active later, and if you time it with a blocked meaty, Zato's animation, you know, like the animation Zato is doing here, the where he lifts his arm up, ends before like the hitbox for the invite hell is actually gone. So if you do this, you see like I hit with the edge of the lift of the invite hell, and you actually become plus. And from there you can like do stuff like, you see how like I think that like you can see it's basically, it almost looks like a true block string. So like, it's very strong. You can also like go up and do it again. So that's really strong in a lot of cases. And if you don't have meter, when I talk about meter in this situation, I often mean eddy. If you don't have eddy meter, it's a really good way to delay time until you get 80 meter back. Like basically all the bread and butter combos I'm showing you here, you do them not to really do damage. You do them to put yourself in a position where you're delaying time so you have 80 back. So like this, you can see that takes up a lot of time when you're making them block, and by the end of it, you might have 80 back here. Like let's say like they try to dash in on you, you have 80 bar is red, he's coming back, you get this off, he's blocked that, and now you have 80 back, which is a very common situation. And again, the same with combos like this. You do it to delay time. Even stuff like that is fine, because you see that if he blocks on wake up, he's very minus. So it's even more time you use that to get 80 back. So that's like the bread and butter combos and why we do when we don't have Eddie most of the time. And of course, if you have Eddie, the combos look a bit different. Usually if you have Eddie, you don't go for straight damage combos. You're looking for more mix-up kind of stuff. And I'm not really going to go into the mix-ups that much. But, you know, basically what you should be thinking is if you have Eddie meter, and instead of summoning Eddie in one of these like strings, block string or attack string, and you do an invite hill instead, you actually mess up, in my opinion. This is my opinion. I don't know what other Satos feel, but if I see a Sato do this when he have Eddie meter instead of doing something like this, something like that, I feel like he messes up. You know, like you can use the bars so much better. So that's just a piece of advice. Like, you always have to think about, do I have Eddie meter? Can I get Eddie out? Because as soon as you get Eddie out, that's where you get a lot of damage. You don't necessarily want to get like have combos where you're actually doing a lot of damage with Eddie. They exist, and I'm gonna show a few of them, at least one, the infamous opposed one. But the mix-up afterwards of the weak combo is often very good. The only exception is kind of this one, and that's because you can't really get anything good from it. Like, except like if you were in the corner, that's a really strong combo. Like, because you can do stuff like this, and that's a lot of damage. Like, you don't even need to be like straight up in the corner. We can like, this is good. A lot of damage. And you see like the frog isn't actually gone by the end of it. So what you can do to end it is you can cancel it into sword. So, and then we break it, and now we have full 80 meter again. They are hard knockdown, and we get like, and we can do stuff from there. So that's very important. It's very important when you end your combos with Zato. If you know you're not gonna kill, and you have meter, try and end them with sword. It's not always possible, and I can't do it all the time. But if you're certain of it, try ending them with the sword, because then you have Eddie and a hard knockdown, and then you can steamroll them with Eddie mix-ups. So the next combo we're gonna show is a bit more advanced, and I want to show it because I see a lot of Zato players probably don't know of it. I feel like this is one of those that Satos don't know about, but it's like very important to be able to do because you leave a lot of damage on the table if you don't do it. But basically, if the second piercer, this move, if the second piercer hits, the opponent gets in a bounce state. So like you'll often see like a block string where you do piercer, or maybe you're just doing piercer here to try to start mix. And if the second hit of the piercer hits, they get into a floating state like this. And you can actually, with the change to Zato, you can cancel piercer into piercer, which looks something like this. Let's say we do a combo with it, so like so that's how it looks like with the piercer, and then you can actually cancel that into the frog. I did 3 piercers because I lost count, and then you can end the frog hits with hitting sword and then get another frog. So it's like it's a bit of an advanced combo and it takes a bit of timing, but it's really good to know, and it wins me a lot more rounds than you would think. So it's good to know it. That's like how it looks. And then on the last frog there, what you do is you unsummon the Eddy. As the frog is in the air, you do the unsummon move, because then you get Eddy back, and you can approach and you can do more Eddy stuff. But it takes like 40%, doesn't it? Like, and this is like a weak version of it in my opinion. Ah shit, I didn't get the damn, I'm missing the end frog. Yeah, good 40%. So like that's a lot of damage off just a random piercer. And the reason I want to show it is because it's also a really good damage combo. I've struggled with finding like a good, like it's only recently I found this, but like I've struggled with finding a good DP punish. So if you don't know, DPs in this game, if you block him and punish, they get it. It's basically a crush counter. It's a crush counter like in Street Fighter 5 where you get into this mode. But what the combo you can actually do is this. The second hit is guaranteed of the piercer on counter, so you can get. So this is like, in my opinion, a pretty mean counter hit combo. So like that's a pretty mean combo for a DP punish, because like beforehand, my counter hit combo would be something like this, just to get something, you know, like that in the corner, which isn't bad. This is a good counter hit combo in the corner. My bad, I did it wrong. There's a lot of Zato combos. But they all look somewhat like that. So that's like DP punish for you, if you want that. And that's why I wanted to show this special piercer combo. Okay, so here at the end, I'm gonna show the opposed combo, and basically how you practice it, because it's good to practice, is you have to set the dummy to getting counter hit, because we have to simulate him hitting the oppose and you getting a counter hit from 2H. And there's also a jumping version, which is also good to practice, because like it varies a bit how they work, the two ones. And what I usually do is in the start of this game coming out, a lot of people did a loop in it, where they tried to get like the frog, like they threw him back and get the frog to hit him twice to get maximum damage. But I've seen more people, because it's more guaranteed and also just kind of, in my opinion, better, I do too, is only do one loop and then unsummon on the frog. He's in your face, and then you can set up for another mix-up. It's not as much damage, but it's much more guaranteed, and you have more control over your opponent, which is good. So how it looks is like this. And then like you do something there to start up a mix. So what you do, so a thing I didn't actually notice the first time I was practicing this is as the frog is hitting him back into you, to catch the opponent out of the air, you actually do a 2H, and I actually didn't see it. So notice, notice right here I do a 2H, and now he's in my face. That rhymed. Maybe you'll remember it like then. But I think the loop version, I don't know if we can do it on the grounded version. Man, I have so long since I've done it. Something like that. That's the loop version, which isn't bad. I think I messed it up a bit actually, to be honest. But also, like, you can practice on the jumping version, and it's kind of the same thing, but like, but I think it's easier to hit the. I'm taking too long to. But you can see the difference is like how high Kai bounces up, can bounce upwards, and that can happen in matches. So you have to be better at, like, what you're doing is I'm holding in the S button when Eddie is out. So I do this, throw him out there, and then I'm holding in the S button, and then I let go, and the frog comes out. So that's basically what happens here. So I'm canceling the 2H into the smooth. What is it called again? I forget. The fireball will reject them all. Fuck, why did I forget it? Whatever. So, and as you see, I wait a second. That's like the loop version. If you want to do something like that, you have to do like S into S, or S into HS, and then like, and you're doing it as Eddie is recovering from frog, and then there's another frog coming out. It's a bit awkward to do it on the jumping one, but I think the jumping one is very valid to practice because you often do a pose because people are jumping at you. So you will get a lot of those where you are, they are jumping and you get a counter hit. So it's good to be able to have, like, to know how to get it under control. But usually what I would do is I wouldn't do like the double ones I've been showing you. I would just do this, unsummon, and do something here, like something like that. Or maybe and I am really something like that. Like some mix after that. Like they're supposed to block that. Because like he's in your face, he's on a hard knockdown, and like you have so much control there. Whereas you do have it's not that you don't have control in the other situation. The difference is just you instead of doing 50, you may be doing 65% damage, and at the end of it, you don't have any 80 bar. So if you're playing someone that is actually like really good, they will take advantage. Be like, okay, you did damage to me. Time for me to kill you because you don't have any defensive options now. Of course, that's not counting in meters or anything else. So that's that. Quick one again. Hopefully, very learning. I showed you some combos that is without Eddie. I showed you some combos with Eddie. I showed you the opposed combo. I showed you the invite hell and how to make it plus. Hopefully, you understand that now. So you have a way to make it plus so you can continue your pressure without Eddie. I also showed a bit what I would do with Eddie if I get like hits. Without really showing the mix-ups. We'll get to that later. But hopefully that's a lot for you to like go to practice mode and like also to do online. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, learned something. If you did, give a like, subscribe. And if you want to see me play, I stream here on YouTube now. Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. So if you want to watch me actually play Zato and you have any questions, of course you can always write questions in the comments, and people that also watch the video might answer it, and I'll also look through it. But you can also come to my stream and watch me live and ask questions there and talk to me if you want to. That's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.